After watching Strange Harvest, I figured why not watch Stuart Ortiz's only other movie he's ever directed, which is Grave Encounters. And to no one's surprise, I love this movie just as much, if not just a little more, than Strange Harvest. I think Stuart Ortiz does such a great job of making everyone feel like like you're actually watching something real. With Strange Harvest, I felt like I was watching a real documentary, even though it obviously is a mockumentary. With this movie, um, obviously it's a parody on Ghost Adventures from the early 2000s, late 2000s, which was a huge phenomena on cable television. And I used to watch that show all the time when I was little, and we used to watch YouTube clips afterwards. So it was funny seeing how accurate this was a parody of Ghost Adventures. The camera crew all being like fake ghost hunters, but at the same time, like still having a little faith in being like maybe we're in a paranormal building or something, we're in a paranormal situation was it just felt all like real. The way they pay off the gardener, I don't know what he was. I think it was just a gardener, who to do an interview lying about his ghost stories at the place, and they meet a bunch of junkies, and they're telling their story and everything. Oh, it just felt like such a good parody, which is such a shame with what happens in the second one, which obviously I won't be talking about this video, but man, this movie's so great. I'm assuming the second one complains. The intro, of the second one is real authentic reviews about the first movie, and I don't get it because this one it seems like a lot of the complaints were the CGI. This movie had a budget of $100,000 and it honestly didn't look that bad. I think the scenes where the humans are growing like their big mouths. Do I have it behind me? Yeah. Like this actually looks really good. Way better than the second one, which is crazy because this one's budget is 15 times less than the second one, and this stuff they're doing with these faces just looks so good, and I was so surprised. I was like 100,000 bucks, and like this is actually pretty good. I wish we got more of these scenes. We have one good jump scare in this movie, which is the door scene with Sasha. And other than that, we don't get much, which I really appreciate because I feel like modern ghost movies or horror movies in general just focus too much on jump scares and everything. And this movie doesn't do a lot of it. I thought that was cool. It was more built on like the eerie vibe of the hospital and everything. And you do get a few of these ghostly characters, but they don't like they're not jump scaring every like 3 minutes, which is so nice and refreshing because modern horror movies just do it way too much. Like I said, the makeup phenomenal. I think the acting also in this movie is really good, and I think that is more credit to Stuart Ortiz than the actors or the script writer. It could have been Stuart Ortiz as the script writer as well. I should have checked that, but I didn't. Um, I don't know. Everything just feels so authentic. I love this movie. The only scene I really didn't like was the wall scene or the ceiling scene where like all the hands are coming out of the ceiling. It just didn't look good, especially with like stuff like this and the door scene and a lot of the cool other stuff that happens in the movie. I thought this hand ceiling scene was just lazy and dumb, but the eeriness of the hospital carries this movie so much, and the uh infinite escape room thing was just such a good idea. I don't know how many movies I've seen with that, like The Shining. Is that the only other movie I've seen with this? Probably. And they do it way better in the second one with like some of the gimmicks they add, but I think this movie just feels more eerie. Like it's just so much creepiness to it. Like it's a never ending escape. And oh, I don't know if this is a real building. I'm pretty sure it is in Canada, but it's so fucking creepy. Every room being dark, the camera shots of the still cameras they have set up around the building look so cool. We get some of the normal camera shots where they're taking pictures and you can see like ghostly figures in the background and stuff like that. That's all really cool. Um, I've been skipping around this because I really wanted to talk about him, but I think T.C. Gibson, the character, maybe like a top 10 favorite horror character ever. I love how he just constantly like fuck this bullshit. And he's constantly like arguing with people about getting the hell out of things. And he even like is the only person to remember that there's like oh well, he's the one recording outside, so he would know. But he finds the escape to the roof and he goes to the roof and there's just a giant wall and he's just like in awe and he's just staring at it and he starts smacking the wall. He starts screaming at everyone. He's so funny. I love TC. I'm sorry, I need to check because I think the actor gave an amazing performance. Merwin Mondesir. Maybe I sounded too French, but he was brilliant. He is fucking hilarious. Him and Lance Sean Rogerson are like easily the two best characters in this movie because Matt gets sidelined very early on, and Houston kind of just disappears. That's another problem with this movie. Matt disappears and they kind of care about it, but then Houston just goes missing, and it feels like he was never in the movie the second it happens, which is kind of a shame. But I didn't really like his character, so it worked out. I think every other character was likable. Um, oh my god, I'm forgetting her name. It was Sasha, right? Yep, Sasha. Sorry about that. Sasha was pretty good. She's just kind of used as like token girl character. She's just there. She's scared all the time. She's freaking out all the time. Um, but it's fine because uh Lance and TC are just carrying the fuck out of everyone. That doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm giving this movie an 8 out of 10. I was very surprised. I remember watching this at some point in my life. I just don't remember when. Maybe it was like a couple years after its release. But the, this movie's so good for especially for $100,000 budget movie. I feel like the acting is good. Obviously, the directing I love. I think Stuart Ortiz should be with Strange Harvest, I think he should be back in horror. Maybe he can revitalize the found footage horror scene because I'm not really a fan that much of found footage horror movies, as I sadly found out last year. They just get worse and worse as time goes on. But this one was so fucking fun. There's just not a there's not really a problem with this movie. I think there's some goofy scenes in this movie. I wish it was a bit longer, and I don't know. Um, That hospital is just amazing. It might be one of the best horror settings ever. Um, I can't really think of another one. I'm sorry, I'm saying so much in this interview. This review. I'm so tired and I gotta go to work soon. But yeah, the eeriness of the hospital, phenomenal. Characters great. Direction, amazing. And I was like, so excited for the sequel, and we're gonna get to that next because well, you'll see.